Well, obviously, I couldn't be happier for our team. It is exactly the kind of effort that we've been just begging them to give and to show, and what they haven't been doing and why everything has been such a struggle. And we really talked about how if we could clean up our effort and give better effort across the board, every one of us, then I thought a lot of mistakes would be covered up. And we came out and they just played unbelievably hard. Maybe, for a full game for the first time this year. So it doesn't always work where you win, even when you give good effort, but it's nice to see that kind of effort rewarded in this kind of win tonight.
A lot of your players had kind of defining moments in their season tonight. What does that say about your team and the players? And it wasn't just one; there was multiple. So what does that say about your team?
Well, defining I don't want to be, but certainly career highs maybe for a few of them, especially like a young player like our little Israeli Sheer. For her to step up and make those kinds of big buckets that in the first half was everything we wanted from her. Situations to get more people scoring the basketball was everything we've been hoping for. So then to see experienced players like Bobby play with so much effort, and she made a play right before she came out. We're up a lot, and she dives for something. I think we're up 30, and she dives for something and gets someone else an easy basket. You have Nell just having a great floor game, even though she doesn't score tonight as much, 9 points. You have Maria with 12 rebounds. So I just love the fact that everybody we shared the basketball. We played to our strengths. We played with great pace, and what we got out of that was, what we keep preaching every single day about our system, that we think this number of a 26 assist is what we look forward to as we grow this program. That's what happens to us. That's how when we're at our best, we're sharing the basketball and making shots off back ends of plays, and it's just I just think you can look across the board. We had tremendous individual play that made that a pretty basketball game to watch.
How big of an impact did Maria have with those 12 rebounds?
I thought she really helped us so much at the beginning of the game and got every rebound that they missed. And I thought our intensity, I hope it was our intensity on the defensive end that made them miss some shots early. And because that's a team that makes a lot of those shots. I thought they got some good looks on us and just missed them. And that's how the game is. They're probably pretty happy with some of the shots they got tonight. But for whatever reason, maybe a little bit more of our intensity. I thought we were better on the defensive end. We made them take hard shots. They missed a few easy ones, and Maria just gobbled up everything that was close or a 50-50 ball. And not being real big like we are, we need her to be really solid in there, and then we need everybody around her to go help support her as much as possible and get a lot of team rebounds. So I loved her game, and then the fact that she ran the floor and got an easy layup and made a couple other baskets with being isolated down low. I think her numbers are awesome. Nine points and 12 rebounds and 4 assists. That's a great night for Maria.
In the third quarter, it seemed like there were a few communication errors. How do you plan to fix those going forward?
Yeah, I just think Boise, it was a pride check for them. They weren't, they could have come out and laid an egg and really, but that's not them. They've got great tradition. They've got great competitors, and they weren't going to just stop playing. So I think we made some mistakes just because they pushed it up and just went to the basket on us. They probably decided at halftime that, they wanted just to see if we could guard them at the rim, and we made some mistakes, I think, on that. I think the big thing in the third quarter that comes to my mind is I can think of 3 layups, point blank, unguarded layups at the rim that we missed. And if you add that up to 16 points, I think that takes us to 22 points, and I think we would all feel a little bit better about our third quarter. But I really think when we put in that film, those will stand out, and those are the points that we can't leave out there. We've got to finish, easy shots, and we did in the first half. But again, it says a lot about Boise to bounce back and compete as hard as they did, and make it a little bit more of a game for us.
A few weeks ago, I was speaking to you and about going into like Nebraska. And you were talking about the leadership on the team, how there wasn't quite a strong leader. Have you started to notice someone or maybe a few players stepping up and really becoming leaders on the team?
I think all of our players want to lead, and I think but what we've struggled with all season long is just the consistency, the day-to-day. I know what you're going to be every single day you walk into this gym, and by that I mean I know you're going to be a great teammate. I know you're going to play so hard that everybody on the court wants to be on your team because you make us all rise to that level. The enthusiasm of being in the gym and showing up and being what you need to be for your team, and quite frankly, those are all things that we weren't and haven't been, and we're starting to do. And we're starting to take that responsibility to be for our teammate. And that's a big step in our culture. And that's a big step in why I think we put a better performance on the floor, is that people are taking individual responsibility to show up every day and to do what it takes for us to be successful and to do what it takes to be a great teammate. And it means you got to get out of yourself, and you got to not be selfish, and you know, a lot of things, you got to sacrifice some things. And so that is leadership to me. That is selflessness to me. And it's not like any of our kids are selfish, but we are. We all are. And we've got to get rid of some of those things. And we've been preaching those things a lot more than we preach a lot of X's and O's, and because I do think they cover a lot of things, and they're most of our problems. So I'm just thrilled that I think our players can look at this game and go, I get it now. I understand what I've got to be for our team to be successful, to give us a chance, because we're going to play a lot of teams that even if we are all those things, we still might not be able to win. So it requires it, though, every day.